How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of smoked porter, hopeful goodness. Today's Massive Beer Review in the form of Swamphead Brewing's Smoke Signal. Super excited to give this a whirl. This is actually a beer I've never had before from brewery. I've never had anything from before, but I was lucky enough to get some stuff. Charles, a viewer of ours, actually suggested this brewery. He wanted to see stuff. So a couple of people actually mentioned this brewery in the past. I've heard of them, but he was like, man, you should really do some stuff from Swamphead. And I said, you know what, screw it. So I got on my high horse and I just kind of tracked some down. Ended up getting in touch with the brewery, and they sent me 2 bottles of beer, and this is one of them. So super excited to give it a whirl. Thank you very much, Swamphead, for sending this off. And 2, thank you very much, Charles, for actually suggesting this brewery, because hopefully this is the good stuff. Anyway, as far as what it actually says on the bottle itself, it says Spasmodic Release, Swamphead Brewery, Smoke Signal. It's a robust smoke porter, 6.8% alcohol by volume. On the side here it says, a little bit of smoke makes everything better. So we cold smoked a portion of our malt for each batch of Smoke Signal. We take altar wood, the smoke source used in the Pacific Northwest for smoking salmon, and flavor the malt to make a iconic robust porter. Iconic. A little bit modest there. The alderwood gives our Smoke Signal a slightly smoked flavor that blends well with the residual sweetness of the roasted barley, dark crystal, and chocolate malts. Combined with American hops, Smoke Signal delivers a savory, robust porter with satisfying smoky finish. It is a Gold World Beer Cup winner in 2014. This looks like it was bottled in September of 2016. So we're just about 6 months on this, being that it's May. Actually a bit over 6 months, being that it's May 2017. So is the smoke gonna fall off that quickly? We'll see. Gainesville, Florida. That'd be that. Otherwise, I dig it. Nothing too crazy. I like the 750 format. It's not filled all that much. It actually goes way down to here on the fill. Don't really see 750s not filled to the brim, so it's a little bit of a unique kind of fill there. But as long as it was filled correctly, we shouldn't have any issues with it. But label-wise, it's cool. I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite label in the history of mankind, but by far and away not my least favorite. So let's give this a pop. See what she's got. Now this glass, you might see on camera, you might not. There is this kind of ring around it. That's in the inside, and I have scored and cleaned and properly cleaned this glass 1,000 times. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, so it's not like a funk ring. It's not like a kind of a Dirty Glass Mafia thing going on here. Just, I don't know what it is. Anyway, finger. Just over a finger, malted malt ball color and head, maybe a bit south of that. Infinite creaminess on top. Pretty weird kind of bubbles. On the side here, you got nice, tight, compact, tiny bubbles. Over on this side, you have bigger, kind of in-depth bubbles you can actually see in the beer itself. So it's all over the place. A little bit neurotic, a little bit bipolar, a little bit schizophrenic. Kind of like that, though, to be perfectly honest with you. So, does she look like a porter so far? Sure. Dark, nice kind of malted malt ball. Khaki colored head. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. Ooh, that's an interesting smoke, actually. There's the smoke pops out. You're talking about smoke beers. Typically, they're gonna be pretty, I don't want to use the word jarring, but pretty readily apparent when you kind of huff up on them. But this one has got a bit more, kind of like a they're talking about a salmon thing here. It's definitely like a jerky kind of smoke, as opposed to kind of like a general smoke, like a brisket smoke or some kind of like typical beer kind of smokiness. It's very jerky like to me. Nice sweetness to it. There's something in there. There's a savoriness in there that I'm not quite latching onto. I don't know if it's a Worcestershire thing. I don't know if it's something else, but nice smoke to it. Definite chocolate going on there. Sweet chocolate, but I feel like that sweetness of the chocolate is beat down by the smokiness. A bit of bittering from the malt, but again, smoke leads the way. It smells light. It smells fluffy. but it has a decent kind of smokiness to it. So she looks interesting. She smells super interesting. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. I can get down with this. I'm take another sip. Need to formulate my thoughts here. That smoke is way bigger on the nose for me than it is in the mouth. Initially. You kind of, once you actually take it in your mouth and you actually go to swallow it, it reads pretty much just like a generic porter. In a good way. It's got a nice creaminess to it, nice fluffiness to it, a bit of chocolate malt, a bit of bittering to it, end of day. And then once you actually go to swallow it, then that's where the smoke kind of comes out, and that kind of lingers there. Nothing too in your face. But again, it's more of like a kind of chicory, kind of beef jerky kind of thing going on. I like it. I dig it. It's fun. I don't know if it's one person $7.50 worth of beer, but it's interesting. It reminds me absolutely of a smaller version of the base, of the non-barrel aged version of Smoking Wood by the brewery. I'm getting those kind of vibes in here. But with that beer, the bourbon takes over, and then the high ABV of the beer takes over, and the smoke kind of takes a secondary kind of stance there. I wouldn't say the smoke is taking a secondary stance here. I think it is the leader in the clubhouse, but it's not overpowering. It's not overt, in your face weirdness. Got a nice moth kind of fly on me right there. But it's nice. It's got a nice savoriness to the smokiness. It's got a nice char, kind of hickory smoked, chicory smoked kind of woodiness to it. But it's not overpowering. It's as gentle as kind of smokedness could be, while at the same time being impactful. It's tasty. I dig it. And I'm not a big fan of smoked beers. So I'll probably take that with for what it's worth, because there's some people out there who would actually love smoke flavors that probably would gush over this beer. But this for me is about as far as I can get into the smoked realm, with it still being appealing to me. That mouthfeel, while fluffy at the beginning, ends up finishing kind of thin. I tend to get that from smoked beers from time to time, so take that for what it's worth. Smoke is nice, not overpowering. Every time I take a sip, it gets a little bit bigger, but it's still not like to the point where it's uncomfortable, which is a bonus for me. The beer is actually there, which is nice. And a really nice beer. I mean, again, if you watch any of my reviews, you know I'm not the biggest porter guy in the history of mankind. So I'm not going to sit here and kind of wax poetic over a base porter. But unless it actually turns me on super fantastically, I guess you would say. Manskirt was one of the better base porters I've had in a while. I wouldn't necessarily go base porter in this with it being smoked and all that, and being that it's robust, but at the same time, I can get where this would land for certain people. I just don't think I'm one of those people. So let's talk about it. Let's get to that point. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better smoked beers that I've had as of late? Yes, absolutely. Is it one of the better porters? Yes, absolutely. Value and availability? I actually don't know. Like I said, it was actually sent to me by the brewery. Thank you very much, guys. So I don't know what it costs, and I don't know the availability, so hopefully somebody out there can chime in and just say, if you like, what will you like this? If you like smoked beers, if you like Roche beers, if you like that kind of chicory smoked woodiness, but not an overt kind of super in your face savory beef jerky savor bomb, I guess you would say. It's nice, it's delicious. It actually shows beautiful restraint with the smoke. So it's one of those beers that where you kind of have to really enjoy smoky beers, but at the same time you actually still want the beer to shine through kind of thing in order to really love it. And I think that would be the case if that's who you are. Again, I'm not the biggest smoke beer guy in the world, but this one is damn delicious as a beer in general. Something I usually don't gravitate towards. So if you're into smoke beers, probably worth picking up and checking out. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. One more. All 4 of those places if you want to check me out anywhere else. And there you go. Massive beer reviews in the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice smoked beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.